Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. I don't know. I thought I turned on the or turned up. Yeah. Maybe you can change it so that you can. Let's see. Bobby McCain is available again. Nice. Going to the regular season now.
Regular season?
Regular season.
Bubba, come here.
First regular season game is against the Chargers. Thinks you might have to go potty.
I think so too. Bring on. Woo!
What did you catch?
Woo!
Oh.
Woo!
SpongeBob's mom.
Yeah.
You okay over there?
Yeah. Woo! Bubba slipped on that plastic earlier. You can even ask my mom.
Yeah.
Fun.
Owie, my eyes.
Yeah, it's kind of bright out there, Bean.
Yeah, it is.
Ooh, woo, woo.
No, not woo woo woo.
Yeah. I loved when they had his voice. I loved the older versions where he was the announcer in there.
Another plate. Please give.
Yeah, well, I miss him on Fox. When him and Mike were
Today.
on Fox.
From FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. It's week 1 of the NFL on EA
Santa!
Sports.
Hi. How you doing? Evening to you too. Well, kind of afternoon for me.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover.
Yeah, I've heard. I
Today
remember
it's the
those.
opener of a new NFL season between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Washington football team. Dustin Hopkins has it on the tee, and here we go from our nation's capital. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger offense ready for their first possession, and it's Justin Herbert at the helm in his second season now out of Oregon.
About the only thing that didn't go right for Justin Herbert his rookie season, the team's overall record. The offensive rookie of the year in the NFL was the 4th rookie with over 4,000 yards passing, just 38 yards short of the rookie record set by Andrew Luck in 2012. In addition, he set the single-season record for passing touchdowns by a rookie with 31, breaking the mark of Cleveland's Baker Mayfield. This young man's potential, limitless. That's why so many people wanted to be the next head coach of the Los Angeles Chargers and help open up the stadium big in 2021. And Mike Williams was a 1,000-yard receiver in
forgot about that.
2019 and had to battle through some bumps and bruises in 2020.
I tried.
He's known for his big plays downfield,
I didn't-
but he also can make the dependable
I
catch as
corrected
well.
it though.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Ooh, we got tripped up.
They're making the stop. Jonathan Bostic, leading tackler for Washington last year. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Herbert. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive
Yeah, I
line,
was trying
they
to-
do a nice
I was
job
trying
of trying to
to
protect their
do
passer.
it quick,
And when a
but
guy hops in the air and goes airborne and try to knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact, and try to get his arms out of the sky.
Third end.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down. That was not an easy one to hold on to.
Guys.
Now on 4th down, the punt team sending this one away. Fielded at the 20. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense about ready to go to work. And at quarterback, it is...
Mama, what did you think of her beak?
I like it.
Yeah, I. There, guys. Hey, can you see the game now?
No. Bubba, go lay down.
17th season now of the NFL, piloting his 9th different franchise. It's Ryan Fitzpatrick.
There we go. You guys should be able to have
On first down, Fitzpatrick.
video now.
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
Now that's the type of play gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, and maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a
you
defender,
guys is
I know
big.
the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
That'll be caught at Steven Sims. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Yeah, I didn't realize it until just before you said something that I don't know why my capture card changed up on me.
They'll throw again. Fitzpatrick. Open man. Samuel complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Well, that last pass CD, he just added another notch to the old belt. What a career it's been. He's over 35,000 career passing yards now.
And when you say that number, over 35,000 yards, how many people have done that prior to him?
Right around 30.
Well, that's a pretty good number. Now you're into a membership that means you've done a heck of a job in this league for a decent amount of time. You're recognized as one of the better players.
This one is
back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
The only thing different with
Madden going to give to Gibson, and he'll be close to a first down at the Chargers 26.
That's basically
the 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
That's why I don't get Madden.
He nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Every single year.
On 3rd and 1, here's Fitzpatrick. Flushed out right. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Yeah, but they couldn't get
that door's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. You talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here's big. From the red zone now, Fitzpatrick. Looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off at the 18, the 30, 10. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD.
Yep.
Short throw pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
That was a horrible start.
Well, they got the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Takes it at the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
So, yeah, RG3 will be
Fitzpatrick and the rest of the Washington offense back out onto the field. His opening drive looked good for a while there last time out, was moving the ball down the field, but then the interception, and they ran it back to the house.
Let's face it, it's a game of human beings, isn't it? Mistakes will happen, and as you noted, he was playing so well on this drive. I don't know if there was a miscommunication between him and his intended receiver. Did they run the wrong route? Anything could have possibly gone wrong there. He'll just have to shake it off and keep firing.
Oh, yeah,
On second down now, it's Gibson.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Here's Gibson. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Well, that's good.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
And Ron Rivera, he's going to keep the offense on the field. They're going for it.
We're going for it, guys.
They'll go. It's Gibson. And he'll be taken down.
And we got it, guys.
That will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They'll run. It's Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly.
Yeah, hopefully up here in the snow stop.
They won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The computer actually being the computer games like this with great visuals and audio. Yeah, I just wish they would have stuck with Madden. I wish they would have stuck to being a simulator. That's how Madden wanted it.
On second down, Fitzpatrick. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Big play that time on a catch and run.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Fitzpatrick giving to Gibson on the draw. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get
And they see right through that defensively.
Doggy Dads
as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Washington on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, though,
now they go screen. It's
like I said, I wish they would have kept it.
And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down.
The key to any screenplay is all of the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to it and hold it for just a short gain.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They're going to go for now 4th and 2. Remember, they can still get the first down at the 1-yard line, though. Now Fitzpatrick.
Oh, come on.
Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Washington goes for it, but
I believe
it does not
was
pan
like
out.
that.
And this
And it
long
kind of
drive
sucks
is going to wind up yielding nothing.
Back in the early 2000s, there was actually 2 NFL games, but
The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the
So
shadow
what-
here on the
what
goal
actually
line, right?
happened
You're
was
playing to make
2K
sure
had,
the punter doesn't see the field again. So
contract with
he's not
the
picking up a
NFL.
couple of
Once
first
that-
downs. You want to pick up
once
5
that
or 6
contract
first downs
ended,
and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And he's going to get
went
this from
straight
the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace.
Because 2K would be
Looking to throw again on second down.
At a low
And it's
price,
hauled in by
instead of
Jared
like
Cook.
$60, they would sell it at
And Jared Cook's been doing this for a lot of years. The last 2 in New Orleans.
2K
The Chargers
had
turned to him
some
after
really
losing
good,
Hunter Henry to New England in
good
free
gameplay
agency,
on it.
and they made a nice decision.
I miss NFL 2K.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better
Very good
athleticism,
luck in this game.
great hand-eye coordination. Guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Eckler going to get it again on second down. To the 40 and no further. The razzle-dazzle, though, got him a couple extra on the play. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of a football short here on 3rd down. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler.
Yes.
And Eckler will not get there. Great defense.
At least we didn't
attack going to stop him short of the first down. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is taken around the 12.
Ooh, good return, good return.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Yep.
Here we go on the next drive for Washington.
Yeah,
And
but
last
then,
time
then
they
they just
had it
started
4th and
making
goal,
the
rolled
game
the
the
dice,
same
didn't get it.
year in
Now
and
they've
year
got to
out.
put
That's
that behind
the
them, try to
issue
put
that
together another drive.
A simple
And
tip of the
fans
cap, a nod of the head to the
nowadays.
defense. Congratulations, you got us last
The
time. But you
EA
didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position.
barely
We were
changes
able to
everything
be in position to score.
each year.
Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. On second down, here's Gibson again. And brought down, but not before
Almost got
reaching
it.
the 45-yard line.
Almost broke free.
Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Clock running as Washington will try and hurry up. From just shy of midfield, Fitzpatrick. He'll go underneath with this one to McKissick. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now Fitzpatrick. To the right outside and complete to Thomas. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Hold on to the ball. I just, for some odd reason, can't score right now.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, it's Fitzpatrick. Hitting Samuel on the slant. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Fitzpatrick, the old war horse, getting everybody up to the line quickly.
Touchdown!
It's complete. Terry McLaurin as the first half is winding down. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. So a late touchdown here just before the half, and that obviously changes the dynamic of this game.
Yeah, in a couple of ways, partner, because they've been shut out up until this point. So now at least they go into the locker room, and Uncle Mo may be creeping over to their side to talk to him a little bit. And second, they're right back in the football game, an extra point away from tying things up.
Extra some mistakes.
Hopkins, and we are tied here in the second quarter. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Joe Reed returning. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Run the clock down, or
the Charger drive about to get going. And they'll take over with just 16 ticks remaining before intermission. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Yep.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL.
43 yards.
We begin in Atlanta. 2 rookie head coaches squaring off in the season opener. Nick Sirianni of Philadelphia taking on Arthur Smith in Atlanta. And it's the Eagles who are out in front. Travis Fulgham, a touchdown reception. From there, we move to H-Town to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting Jaguars. The newest Texan, Philip Lindsay, a touchdown run. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And they were losers in their ball game to the visiting Dallas Cowboys. Dak Prescott, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Meanwhile, in our game, each team able to manage just 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 is our score. And for the call of the second half, send it back to our...
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
Yeah, it's my audio cord. Kind of wonky. I'm trying to hold it just right to.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
To get a good audio.
And able to get this out to the 25. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the 3rd quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
5 yards remain on 2nd down.
Yeah, but every little move.
Gibson again.
Gene, can you go grab
5
that?
yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
That one caught by the tight end Bates. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Sassy puppy. What were you thinking?
Yelled at her even.
Bubba, what were you thinking?
Do you have some garbage in her bowl?
Alright, let's see how this works. Ooh, this has got some static to it, though. Too far back. A little bit better, Anthem.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
It's our time, guys. It's our time. Mike Mark 9. Go, go, go.
Yeah, but
handoff for Gibson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 54 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost getting into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Past the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
But yeah.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
The Green Bay Packers, but anybody
inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. The quick slant caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Very good as a rookie. Terry McLaurin was even better in 2020. 87 catches for over 1,100 yards. He is definitely wide receiver 1 for the Washington football team.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Gibson.
Yeah, actually working.
And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Have you been here since they remodeled it?
Barber is in. Touchdown, Washington.
Yeah, I thought he was going to make it.
Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's Peyton Barber that polishes it all off with a touchdown scamper.
Good play in the lead. Sorry about the odds. Yep, now we got a game.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Because if you look, it's not going to let me show you right now, but
No run back here for Reed.
I'll show you now. As you look, I'm not on rookie, so I'm on all pro.
Come out to the 25. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. Able to power through. And that's going to be good for Chargers' first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Threw everything I threw at him.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
The white team is not my team. The red team is.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here is Eckler. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Chase Young. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And as a first-rounder, a lot of eyes on him, a lot of expectations.
And he has to play well in his rookie year. Those days of coddling guys and bringing them along slowly, those days are long gone. When you're drafted in the first round, they expect you to play right away. And the community's eyes and fan base, they'll be on you the entire way.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago, really it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, it all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
Pumped it out of bounds.
And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up the first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
End of the third.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. This is a 2nd and 7 from the 37. They'll go again with Gibson. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Washington on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Fitzpatrick. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Sims.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And an incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to the ground with Gibson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The 71 yards rushing for him now to this point. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front, and it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the balloon, and right now they're almost lifeless.
A first down throw for Fitzpatrick. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And he'll be taken down at the 34. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. And that is incomplete. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Hopkins' kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field, and the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 24. Throwing to start the drive. Herbert. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 2nd down at 4. Herbert. That'll be complete to Cook. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again. This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a 1st down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
And they move this all the way down to the 9.
Wide open, guys.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Herbert now. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen.
What?
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Eckler. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers.
Yeah, you missed the
Austin Eckler taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Chargers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Bailey now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. That time a 6-play drive. And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Now it's only a 3-point game.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Fitzpatrick and the rest of the Washington offense back out onto the field. And the stats on the screen tell the story. A great start. This defense, they made some good adjustments, so he's fallen off since.
Have to like what they did at the half, but you also have to like the fact that they hung in there. Despite the fact they had a tough first half, he was locked in, right? Rocking and rolling. They came out, made their adjustments, got their confidence back. Now they're causing him all sorts of trouble.
83 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run here with Gibson, and he'll wind up picking up about 4. That is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning.
2-minute warning. 2 minutes left in the game.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. On 2nd down, it's Gibson. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll run with Gibson, and he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Fitzpatrick going to give to Gibson, and they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
One is Charles
They'll
Davis.
run the counter with Barber, and they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers, or a quick slant or something like that.
And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 44-yard line.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Yeah, the one that was just talking was Charles Davis. I forgot who the other one was.
Washington about to close this one out as they are down to a knee.
Yeah, I think they're real life announcers. Brandon Gaughan and Charles Davis are the 2 announcers.
They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in week 1. So it's Washington getting the victory here. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Washington, it's a victory for Ryan Fitzpatrick, playing now for his 9th NFL team. And they'll have another home date next week as the New York Giants come to town. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long.
Bean was trying to escape the taco truck.
Yep.
Why?
Almost trying to escape a taco truck.
Why?
Because she's scared of it. Right, Jalen? She's scared of it. The taco truck.
Yeah, no problem, man. Many folks, including yourself, thought that this team would perform better last season, but things did not come together. How do you avoid that again this season? Yeah, stop back anytime. Alright, let's see here. Advance to the next week. Oh boy, rival game. Rival game, mama.
exceptions. Now, Tony, report to the obstacle course where I will assess your abilities. Sure thing, Teach. Hold it. Now, inside my lunchbox. Looks like it's my turn. What goes around comes around. Over and out. He is good. If he's really that good, maybe there's a chance. Just a chance. Some of that rub off on my most incorrigible student, SpongeBob and Webheads. Yes!
Mrs. Puff,
Yes, SpongeBob?
what does incorrigible mean?
So you just want me to ride around with this dude for a while? That's it. Whatever. Let's roll.
It's nice to finally meet you, Tony Bass Jr.
Okay, I said let's roll.
Okay, roll. Is that a fucking bad? I know this. It's around here somewhere.
You like the burgundy dog? Yeah, sorry about that. I wasn't trying to push my channel on there. I was just trying to give you an update on what was happening.
Relax, man. You gotta relax.
Your mods kind of got me there. Sorry about that, man.
Relax, man.
Okay, just relaxing.
No, not like that. You just gotta let go.
Let go.
Be cool.
Be cool.
Be cool.
Tonight,
Glad you were able to
from
stop by.
FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's Thursday Night Football on EA Sports.
This building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Tonight, we're on to week 2 in the NFL season as we've got a good one here between the New York Giants and the Washington football team. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. The Giants ready to go to work on offense, and leading them out, their third-year quarterback from Duke, Daniel Jones.
40 seconds to Mike.
And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. This Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up a third down. Throwing Jones. Looking deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. On fourth down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Greg Stroman back deep for Washington.
I almost got out of
Call
that.
it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Washington offense about ready to go to work. And at quarterback, in his 17th season now in the NFL, piloting his 9th different franchise, it's Ryan Fitzpatrick.
And I think by now, we know what we're going to get with Ryan Fitzpatrick. Veteran savvy, a ton of know-how, and the enthusiasm for playing and teaching the game, almost second to none. But he also has a bit of a tendency to be a loose cannon with the football. Oftentimes that works out. Sometimes it costs his team, but never a dull moment when he's on the field.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop. Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1, you know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
Here for J.D. McKissick. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run. Both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here. Antonio Gibson is an absolute dart with the ball in his hands, and he can make you miss, and he can run over you. Took a little while to crack the starting lineup as a rookie, but boy, was he sensational when he did. Went for 115 yards and 3 scores in a Thanksgiving Day clobbering of the Dallas Cowboys. And Washington, they feel like they had a real find when they took him in the 3rd round last year, number 66 overall, and he justified their decision.
And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Fitzpatrick's throw taken in by Samuel.
I felt like
Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
On 2nd down now. It's Gibson, and able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Fitzpatrick.
Touchdown.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. Losers in the season opener on Sunday. They get that quick turnaround 96 hours later. Here we go. They're back at it. And I've got to think, especially early in the year, that's a good thing for these guys, is it not? And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
After the sack on first down, Jones, and he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down. Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why? Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Giants are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 18 carries, 82 yards, and a touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second down at 5. Now Jones. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end.
And we always say it, I absolutely believe it. Ingram is a wide receiver in a tight end's frame. 63 catches last year, en route to his first Pro Bowl nomination.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. And this is a guy straight out of college. They're not going to try to groom for a year or two. They want him to produce right away.
That's why they took him in the first round. They expect him to be a starter right away and a future all-pro. So they don't have any time to wait for him to come along. They want him to play right now to help this team.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
Finds his tight end Ingram. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
No good.
And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is. It's not too often you see a holder putting that football down right on the midfield stripe. 60 yards, Charles, but a little bit too much to bite off there.
Yeah, it's good to show confidence in your kicker. That might have been just a little bit too much. I guarantee you, as you just noted, putting it down on the midfield stripe, the holder's thinking to himself, that's a long way. Probably not as confident as well.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. They'll run with McKesson. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll try to throw here, Fitzpatrick. He gets it to Sims, complete.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
And Fitzpatrick's throw into the hands of McLaurin. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 13-yard line. Back to the running game with Barber. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Here's a give to Gibson. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The offense on third down tonight, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. He's at the 50, 30, the 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. So they had a good drive going, a chance to build on this first half lead, but now you kind of feel like we got a new ball game.
And you wonder what the discussion will be now at halftime, because I think we were headed towards 1. Now it's a different discussion altogether. One side optimistically, the other side wondering what could have been.
Gano the extra point, and we are tied here in the second quarter. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
From the 30 on second down, Fitzpatrick, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Here's Fitzpatrick. And that'll be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Fitzpatrick. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
On third down, Fitzpatrick. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Fitzpatrick again.
Oh my God!
For the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. On 1st and 10, Jones. Open man right side is Ingram. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And they do get this across midfield of the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the 1st. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half. And the Giants send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As they take over here with 11 seconds remaining.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a moment. But first, the NFL season is in full swing. Let's show the good folks what we've got in store for us later this weekend here in Week 2. In that 1 o'clock time frame, a lot to choose from. But let's highlight the game in Philadelphia. A big one for the Eagles, as they'll have to contend with the San Francisco 49ers. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle, taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Then on Sunday night, 2 of the best in the AFC linking up in Week 2. Chiefs and Ravens from Baltimore at 8:20 Eastern. Meanwhile, in our game, each team able to manage just 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7.
All right, let's get this.
Set and ready to go for the 2nd half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Fitzpatrick and the rest of the Washington offense back out onto the field.
And the 1st half was not kind to him, and he knows that. 3 interceptions, but still tied, so kind of a clean slate.
I'd say it's a reprieve because ordinarily you throw 3 interceptions, your team should be behind. So he has to be thinking to himself, okay, I'm off the hook for that one. I have to play better for my team here in the 2nd half.
On 2nd and very short, Fitzpatrick being chased. Now Fitzpatrick hit. It's out. He lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20. To the 18-yard line.
And that, Charles, you'd have to think a pretty avoidable mistake.
You're exactly right about that, partner, because It all comes down to covering up the football. Look, turnovers are going to happen. They're inevitable. But in a tie game in the third quarter, those turnovers can change the tide of the ball game. And now it's up to their defense to try and bail them out. Got to take care of the rock.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll go to Barkley again. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Down here in the red zone, you know your tight end's going to be a favorite target. Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there. And sometimes they just overthink it and don't catch the ball.
We're only up by a field goal.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And his first throw since coming in is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Brandon Sheriff, the all-pro guard, called for the penalty there. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. From the gun, Heineke.
Oh, come on!
And this one's incomplete.
But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Jones. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. Jones. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point try good by Gano. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Doing you dirty, doggy.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Trying to beat you rival.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Heineke. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Dexter Lawrence. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Throwing on 2nd and long. Heineke.
Oh, come on, guys. Someone catch the...
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They go play action. Now Heineke. And this one is incomplete.
Guys.
Two things you can do in that situation. Run and punt the football or try and take your shot at getting the 1st down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
And now the punter Tress Way as he sends this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They've got the lead here, trying to make amends for that loss last week against the Denver Broncos. They start this drive now 1st and 10. Play action. Jones. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
Hey, Bryce.
The Giants needed and went out and got a bona fide #1 receiver in Kenny Galladay from Detroit, where he spent 4 seasons and twice went over 1,000 yards. He'll really help the young quarterback, Daniel Jones.
They try to run on 1st down, but this defense says no dice. They stop him a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory.
Come on, guys.
In the 1st half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Touchdown! Let's go! Evan Ingram, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Giants are able to grow their lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
I'm mad because there's nobody covering this guy.
Gano for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Seriously?
Taking it about the 1. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And the Washington offense heading out And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. They'll go again with McKissick. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. Here's McKissick. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 4 line. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A first down throw for Heineke. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete.
Oh, we're getting somewhere.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And now they're in the hurry-up. Heineke now looking to throw on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sims. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants are going to have it here at their own 15. Another solid game-changing play for this defense for the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. The tackle by Cole Holcomb. 2nd and 9. A handoff to Barkley on the option. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And the Giants send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Fighting him off. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Heineke. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. Working out of the gun, here's Heineke.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Thomas. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position.
Get it.
They'll run on 1st down. Barkley. And he gets it down to the 32. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
41 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. The Giants on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. So the Giants now are going to turn it over to their field goal unit. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. Gano's kick is good. And that will push this lead up to 20 now.
Oh, I can't believe how horrible.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
that's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. O'Shea Zimenez just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. They put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants.
Sorry,
and you know, it
doggy.
wasn't a shutout. They did give up the
rival.
points in the first quarter, but second,
Seriously
third,
tried
and
to beat
fourth
your
quarter,
rival.
they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time, and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that, and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for the Giants, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get the weekend off now as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for Washington, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll try to get back on track next week.
by 20. At least I got Chase Young back. Go in your room and talk about it with your mom. Da, 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 da. That's kind of creepy. Oh, I accidentally advanced the week, but we won, I guess. Alright, talk to you later, Bryce.
Today, from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, it's Week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today, it's Week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Washington football team and the Atlanta Falcons. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Falcon offense about ready to go to work here for the first time, and leading them as he has since 2008 is the veteran quarterback, former MVP, Matt Ryan.
He had the numbers of the game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a toss to Davis going right. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. I tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting
Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And does Washington have it? They do. The Washington offense about ready to go to work, and at quarterback in his 17th season now in the NFL, piloting his 9th different franchise, it's Ryan Fitzpatrick. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use The back end of the end zone, the sidelines, as extra defenders, and you want bigger people.
And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now, there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't
would do
even
for
know
them?
why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point.
There we go. That's what I wanted to do.
It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, if they're out there, we'll see if they can pick those things back up. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. 72 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. So close, couldn't get all the way in, knocking on the doorstep down to the 1. Nevertheless, fantastic run.
Not only that, this is where you wave to your replacement, go back to the bench. You know what?
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Mike Davis. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up 1st and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they're able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown. We saw the payoff. But, of course, that big, long chunk play is what got them in position.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
There we go.
And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Off the play fake here, Fitzpatrick. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. Throw left side, complete. That's Sims. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And, oh, boy, as you can see, Terry McLaurin yet to hop back on his feet after that play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And he'll go down at the 28.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. A handoff for Gibson. Shrugs him off. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 46 yards on the ground for him so far. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
They go play action. Fitzpatrick. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6. Well, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Dustin Hopkins now for the Washington field goal. And Hopkins' kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Atlanta regains possession of the football. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A pretty big opening there on 1st down. 8 yards up to the 33.
Someone's looking fresh, and this O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain too.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A 1st down carry for Davis. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. On 2nd and 2, Ryan. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Deron Payne able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
A carry now for McKisson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
They will run it. It's McKissick. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Fitzpatrick going to give to Gibson. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 68 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal. They'll run with Gibson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, his second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Hopkins with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Get a little closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Now on 2nd and 13. Ryan, they'll set up the screen with Davis. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Third and 2, now Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Ryan. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Ryan. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Chase Young able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
This young man, Chase Young, has it all. Speed, power, and a full arsenal of moves to get to the quarterback. The Defensive Rookie of the Year in 2020, he had 7.5 sacks that season. They expect plenty more in the future.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He completes this to Russell Gage. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Craig Stroman back deep waiting for it. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. Antonio Gibson and the Washington offense ready to go here once more. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. And I think we'll see plenty of that as this season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Fitzpatrick from the gun on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Good.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And that is caught. It's Ridley. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons have cut it to within a score.
So that pretty conclusively, I might add, shows you the perils of going for it and not making it on 4th down. One play, touchdown.
Yeah, and I've got to put this on the man in charge, the head coach. He made the decision to go for it. To me, when punting was the only decision to make, and it backfired on him in a big way.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Antonio Gibson and the Washington offense ready to go here once more.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
On 2nd and 10, Fitzpatrick.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Logan Thomas experienced a breakout season last year at the age of 29. Converted from playing quarterback, he finished 3rd among tight ends with 72 catches, and it certainly looks like his future is awfully bright.
79 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. 4 yards remain for 2nd down.
Fitzpatrick now from the 50. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary now on 3rd.
Off the play fake to Gibson. Fitzpatrick.
Taking a shot for Samuel. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards.
Big plays are starting.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So that challenge, a successful one.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Matt Ryan and the offense heading back onto the field. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure this team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence.
Ryan's throw taken in by Valdez-Scantling.
1st down now, but the clock continues to move. To throw is Ryan. He's going to have the hook up to Gage.
Hey!
And a good stiff arm and some space to run. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he's going to get this inside the 30. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We begin with the big matchup of the weekend. Andy Reid's current and former squads. Kansas City taking on Philadelphia. And in the second quarter, it is the Eagles who are out in front. Philip Dorsett, a touchdown reception. We'll stay in the NFC East as we head down to the great state of Texas to check on the Cowboys at home at AT&T Stadium. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Carolina Panthers. David Moore, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And right now they have the lead over the visiting New York Giants. Jameis Winston has thrown a touchdown pass. In our game, we got to see a little Fitz magic. Ryan Fitzpatrick looking good. His guys lead,
So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
So here is Washington now to take over. They were winners a week ago against Buffalo, and they lead here with a 1st and 10.
They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Now he dumps this off over the middle, and he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Fitzpatrick on first down. Thomas has got it, complete. And he's got this down to the 35.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Seriously?
Open man is the tight end, John Bates.
And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Play action now. Fitzpatrick. And Thomas has it. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Again, it's Fitzpatrick. And that's complete. It's Sims. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. Solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Fitzpatrick. That's going to be caught by Samuel. Touchdown Washington. Curtis Samuel, his first touchdown on the year. And Washington going to add on to their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that one a long 11-play drive.
And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown enough? And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
Montez Sweat just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
Another try after the first down sack. Ryan, and that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Deron Payne able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A very good return that time. 18 yards.
And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Antonio Gibson and the Washington offense ready to go here once more.
He is hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. Touchdown! Terry McLaurin, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Almost done with
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
Play fake. It's Fitzpatrick. Throw right side, going to be caught by Seals-Jones. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Now that's a big pickup right there, and so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking on play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
2nd and 3rd levels, you could see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They go back to the ground, this time Barber. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
On 1st down, Gibson. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's second down. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Got his target, Samuel. And they'll get this down to the 10.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total.
Now we've got whistles here before the snap, and I believe this is going to be on Washington.
Well, this O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
On play action, Fitzpatrick.
Looking and finding Thomas in the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Logan Thomas,
his first touchdown on the year.
And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
To throw again on 2nd down, Ryan.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55.
To throw again is Ryan. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll run with Davis. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Now they got to get to the line quickly. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. He dumps this off underneath. Here's Davis. And he's taken down inside the 30. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Smith catches left side. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Go! No, check that. We're on Mike 52 right here. Mike 52. Watch the slant.
Here's Ryan to throw. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Again, Ryan.
What?
And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Falcons cut into that lead. To throw for it is Ryan. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
So a victory here for the Washington football team. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for Washington, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll return home next week to take on the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the New York Jets. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Not a bad game. Got a movie coming on, Mama.
No.
Probably Despicable Me too. Told ya. Dun, 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 dun.
Yep, totally. Hey guys, does anyone have a bunch of extra shelves they want to give me? Why? Because I'm going going to be winning a ton of prizes at school, and I'm going to need a place to put them all. We're starting a special unit on ancient Greece today, and I hear Miss Padaro is pretty generous with the prizolas.
She really is. Who do you think I got my mood ring from? It was from her.
Yeah, that unit was the highlight of my 4th grade. Well, that and winning the long-distance BP contest in the boys' room. But I didn't win for accuracy. I won for artistry. Also, I was alone.
Louise, I think you're gonna like Miss Padar. You learn all about the Greek gods and goddesses and how annoyed they always were with everyone.
Yeah, just learning the steps to becoming a god.
Wow, Chicago is undefeated.
Right, but maybe not a Greek god. Maybe not, maybe yes. Who knows, Bob? Don't squash our dreams, you puny human man.
I'm going to strike him down first. So risky in here.
I'm sitting next to Louise. I'm sitting next to Louise.
And I'm sitting next to you. Okay, so for the next 2 weeks, you are ancient Greeks, and you will sit in the round, as the Greeks did. Doesn't it feel more equal, more democratic? Well, that's who invented democracy. Miss America? Favorite democracy? Santa Claus? No, but the ancient Greeks invented it.
Did you hear Miss Padaro has a bunch of prizes you can win?
Oh, I've heard.
When is she going to talk about the coins?
I know, right? I have a question about the coins and prizes. That's my question. Okay. I will be quizzing you throughout the unit, and if you give the right answer, you get one of these.
Nice.
I made these clay replicas of ancient Greek coins, and you can trade them in for prizes at this market.
Wow. They look like they're from the dollar store, so you know they're expensive.
It might finally be time for me to relax at this class participation thing. Also, at the end of the unit, we'll have a huge symposium. Party. The god Dionysus will keep the grape juice flowing. All right, who can tell me what that building is? Chloe, the Parthenon? Correct. And the Parthenon is part of a larger group of historic buildings called the Tonic.
The Acropolis?
Correct. In round. More like she should turn around, am I right?
Jeez, she's being a real circle jerk. Next question, I'm just going to jump on her with a backpack.
All right, I'm pulling it. Good night, sweetie. Good night, Liz. That was quick. Is she nice to me? Ow. All right. Oh, hey, Jake. What are you doing now?
Hello, Father. I think I might need some nachos.
Oh, gee, no nachos. Go back to sleep. Also, I don't think we have stuff for nachos.
Oh, that attitude.
Hold on. If you're sleeping on the couch, that means...
Alright, guys, I know it's kind of early, but I gotta eat and take a nap before I go to work tonight. Let's see who we can raid.
Okay, Chloe and Keely got called on a bunch yesterday. But then they tried to sit where they sat.
Yeah, I want to sit in the splash zone, but for answering questions.
Oh, sorry. This is my seat. It was your seat yesterday. Now you can go sit in No Coins Club. But they're all good seats. That's the beauty of sitting in the round. Well, it's just that yesterday this seat got a lot of action and not so much over there. Let's just stay in the same seats. Keep things simple. But don't worry, Louise. I see all. Like the many-eyed giant Argos. Thankfully, I don't have that many eyes, or I'd spend a fortune on contacts. Anyway, who knows what monster Argos slayed? Louise. Oh, well, I don't know the answer to that one.